Morning YouTube, this is Debbie. I just thought I would come on and show you how I do my menu planning. I was looking at the Carriel menu planners and they're like $35, $40. They're expensive. But I've been using these Polka Dot Posy. She has an Etsy shop and her little menu planner is $5 and she's got everything in there. And I tried putting it in a little ring binder and it worked pretty good. And I still have that. I keep it in my kitchen. I put all kinds of stuff in it. But I wanted one to take to the grocery store, so I got the little disc binder. This is the Martha Stewart, the one they had at Staples. And it came with the little silver rings, so I got the gold rings off a Happy Planner that I had and put on there because it's pretty and I like it. But I thought I'd show you a flip through of it. I've just got some regular paper here in the front and I put my tabs up at the top, but I just, I can throw stuff off a grocery list. I keep some receipts in here because I can go through there and it helps make a menu plan. And in the first section where the menu planners are, I have a list of family favorites. And then I have a list of recipes we want to try. I've got a list of theme menu ideals. And then this is a document that I keep on my computer. And it's a list of everything that I know how to make. And I don't know how many times I've printed this, but every time I add about 4 or 5 new things there, I reprint it. And when I get done, use a sheet of paper, I just flip it over and put it in the other way. I don't throw paper away. And then I have a list here. My son lives with me, and there's stuff that he likes to have in the pantry that he can cook with, and that's John's list. And this is another piece I just flipped upside down. These sheets my daughter made for me. I like those Happy Planner monthly, and I asked her to make this for me, and I called it Baby Steps. I was going to use it for something totally different, and then I never used it. And bless her heart, she makes me inserts all the time. I tell her what I want, and she gets them just perfect. And I don't use them. I know she gets aggravated with me, but anyway. This is great for a menu. It's got like 6 days in each little section, so it's a week in a little section, and it's really been great. On this side, I went through and I put hamburger chicken other, so that way we're not getting the same thing every night. And I'll just put.
You moved here to start over, and it's been hard.
Wendy?
Hang on. Netflix just decided to kick on. Sorry about that. I'm filming this on my webcam, so I can't edit that out. It's really hard for me to get everything set up to film on the iPad, so I thought I'm just going to do it with the webcam and go for it. Anyway, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks of meals, and over here I just made my grocery list. But I'm using those, but the Polka Dot Posy inserts that I have, and I love these, I use them, are almost identical to what Carriel has. And Polka Dot Posy has, let's see, that's my little archive back there. She's got recipe pages that you can print in hers, like this. She's got, in hers, it has inventory, freezer inventory, and pantry inventory. And she charges $5 for this PDF, and there's like 7 pages to it, so you can't beat that. And once you buy it, it's yours forever. All you gotta do is print them out, punch them, pop them in. So instead of spending $34 every year on a one of the more expensive ones, I spend $5 and done. I love this thing. And some of the sections I have put, this thing has like been a little living organism. It just keeps growing. I keep it in my kitchen and reference it almost every single day. I have my grocery list here. That is, I found this on Pinterest and I just printed it out. It has a produce section, a dairy section, a meat, dry foods, cans, frozen foods, condiments, spices, and non-food items. And I use these a lot because I'm one of those people that goes to the store to grocery shop, and if I don't have a list, I just kind of wander around, lost in a fog, spending money. So I can't go to the store without a list. And in my inventory, I like to go in and inventory my freezer about once a month. And these little freezer and pantry inventories are just awesome. I use them a lot. Then I have here a list of, in the inventory section, I have a list of all my sprinkles. I have issues. I admit it. I love sprinkles. Here's a list of all the spices that I have in my cabinet. The ones highlighted in yellow are the ones that I actually use. And this is a list of the Wilton cake colors that I have. And if on the side there it says low, it means I'm almost out of that color. Here's a list of all the cake pans that I have, the cookie sheets. I have the little mustache press cookies. I got the Peeps. I've got the sunflowers, the hearts, the shape of Texas. I got a lot of cake pans, and I got them listed here because I can't always remember. And here is my list of my ingredients. Now, when I have a recipe that I like to make, hang on, that's not what that is. Okay, my bad. This is my list of stuff that I like to have in the pantry and the freezer all the time. This is my chicken recipes. And I'll write down the name of the recipe, and underneath it I'll just write the ingredients that go in that recipe. So when I'm menu planning and I decide that I want to have the dump and bake chicken and noodles, then I can look here and when I see what ingredients goes in that recipe, whether or not I have it. Because I can check this, and the nice thing about these discs, I can take it out and I can go over here to my inventory, and I can check it against my inventory, and then I can put it on my menu. And I have my chicken recipes. I've got my beef recipes, more beef recipes, beef, pork, appetizers. And then I have my holiday section. This came out of the one of the packages of turkey. This is tells you how long to cook your turkey, unstuffed or stuffed. The little charts you get out of your turkey. I just clip it and stuck it in here so I'll always, have it when I'm cooking a turkey. Because I don't remember things like that. I'm getting old and I'm a little slow in the head. This is some things you can do when you make your pie dough during the holidays. You can just put all your stuff in your KitchenAid and turn it on with that dough hook, and it makes your pie dough, and you don't have to do all that cutting in and what have you. You make your cherry pie. You can just take your cookie cutters and cut your pie dough shapes and lay them on top of your cherry pies or pumpkin pies and brush a little butter on them, and they just bake up real nice. Here's some of my holiday recipes. And here's another, tells you how many pounds your turkey are and how long to cook it. And I get these off of the internet. I get a lot of them off of Facebook group that we have. Here's a picture of off of Pinterest of a rabbit. They cooked the bread rolls and made a dip in it. It's cool. I got my buttercream icing, my chocolate icing, and my poured cookie icing in here. And then on the this section's called prep, and I don't use this very often. And I'll probably take this out. And then here's my little archive of all my I don't know what you call them, weekly menus that I've used. And when this thing starts getting fat, I'll just pull these out of here and stick them in another one, because you know, I don't throw them away, because you know, I have A.D.H.D that I deal with, and sometimes my brain is overwhelmed, and I can just pull one of these out and use this to go grocery shopping. And when I do these and I have my week here, I will write down every single item that is needed to complete this menu. Then I go to my pantry and I get my highlighter. I like to use those friction highlighters because I can hit it with a heat gun and erase it. And I'll just go through here and check off what I have, and then whatever's left on there is what goes on my grocery list. It works really good. And back here in my notes section, I'm always drying out my pork chops, so I went online and looked up how long you need to cook your pork chops in the oven. And I wrote it down because I don't remember things like that. And here's another one of those things off of Facebook, how to half a recipe. This thing is really cool. And then I've got this. It tells you a gallon is 4 quarts, or 8 pints, or 16 cups, or 128 ounces, or 3.8 liters. When I'm doing my canning, a lot of times this comes in real handy. And then this one was on our group, and it's how to cut a recipe in half. This I looked up because I'll tell you, I have a recipe and it'll tell me to use 12 ounces of uncooked pasta. I have no idea how much 12 ounces of uncooked pasta is. Not a clue. But right here it tells you. You want 8 ounces of linguine, that's 4 cups. That's a lot of linguine. Cooked amount. Oh, that's a cooked amount. Okay. 4 cups, 8. I'll have to revisit that one. Substitute recipes. This is chocolate sauce. You can put cocoa powder and sugar and water and put it in a jar, put it in the canner, and you come out with like Hershey's cocoa sauce. Caramel, you can take a can of condensed milk and put it in a little mason jar and can it in the canner, and you come out with caramel. Pizza sauce, you can make your own pizza sauce. It's tomato paste, tomato sauce, oregano, Italian season. You can substitute how to make buttermilk. If you don't have any buttermilk, you can use a tablespoon of vinegar or lemon juice in measuring cup and add a cup of milk, and you have buttermilk. Taco season. You can mix up your own taco season. You can mix up your own onion soup. And I use these because, you know, I never have what I need when I go to cook. I've always got the stuff to make it, but I don't have the stuff. Enchilada sauce. Now, I use this one all the time. This is a great enchilada sauce, and I have the hardest time finding enchilada sauce. And it doesn't matter what store I go to, Kroger's, Walmart's, H-E-B, I always have a hard time finding enchilada sauce. But this makes a wonderful enchilada sauce. And the other day, it's like an 8-ounce can of tomato sauce, and then you add these seasons to it. And the other day, it's like a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, teaspoon of basil, teaspoon of oregano, teaspoon of cumin, 2 teaspoons of chili powder. Well, Walmart has all of those little bottles that are $1 a piece. So I got the 2 of the chili powder, the 1 of the cumin, the 1 bottle of the oregano, the 1 bottle of basil, and a half of the bottle of garlic powder, and I put them all in a great big thing and shook them up. So I have my enchiladas, and all I gotta do now is just throw 2 tablespoons of that in with 8 ounces of tomato sauce whenever I need enchilada sauce, and it works great. Here's a recipe on how to make your own teriyaki sauce. This is a pasta sauce, and this is just awesome. I've been making those in Canada, and I have all my own. Tastes just like ragu. And this is something I got from I think it was Sutton Days, and it's what it is. It's a dry mix for making cream of soup. You know, like you want to make cream of mushroom or cream of chicken or whatever. This is all the stuff you just need to add the meat or the mushrooms. And this is a recipe for crazy crust pizza. Now I don't put my regular recipes in here. I put the little quickie recipes that I need to reference in here, because that way I don't have to go look up a recipe. All I gotta do is grab this thing off the shelf, and oh, for crying out loud. Anyway, that's my menu planner. It works really good, and it's a great little reference tool. I keep it on the shelf in my kitchen, and if I need to make a quick thing of enchilada sauce or a quick thing of whatever, it's perfect, and it's great for my meal planning. I've got this quarantine thing going on, and I have managed to plan 6 weeks of menus and buy groceries for it, because I used my last paycheck, because I have lost my job until this is over. So anyway, it's keeping me afloat. It works great. I hope you try it. Thank you, and God bless.